Hello, and thanks for joining me for Thursday for Thankfulness. This is our noon rite that is especially dedicated to the quality of being thankful, to express gratitude for things we have received and the hope of receiving more and other things as well. I'm over here by our little fish pond with our fish, and you can see them in the sunlight here, and also some skimmers on the water. This is its own little ecosystem here, which has been staying pretty stable for some time. And you can see our lovely little goldfish and koi going through. There we go. One of the more restful spots at Isis Oasis, though there are many peaceful and restful spots here. All right, well, let's go over to the small temple and celebrate noon. The noon rite, of course, is one of the 4 rites that were celebrated every day in the major temples of ancient Egypt. It was dawn, noon, dusk, and midnight. And so we continue to that tradition. There is our lovely rose bush starting to fade a little bit at this point, not quite as lush as it was. In the beginning, you could hardly see the bush for the roses. And we'll pass over our peacock cage here. I see that our male peacock looks like he's having a little conversation with one of the female peacocks. And let's go ahead. And I see some activity over here too. All right, now let's go. And so we shall begin. Divine Isis, goddess of 10,000 names, I invoke your grace. Come to our temple, O goddess, dwell in our shrine. Make our hearts your altars, our hearts your home. Bring vision and healing to those who use this shrine. Give us wisdom and unveil the truth, and with thy feathery wings protect us. Breathe into us the breath of life and health and strength. It is noon, let us celebrate the moon. Let us celebrate the stars, no matter where they are. It is noon, let us celebrate the sun. It shines on everyone. Let us celebrate our day as we go upon our way. It is noon, it is noon, it is noon. All right, and now it is time for our daily reflection, when all of us come up with 3 words that we wish to use to symbolize the energies of the day or to bring in those energies. And for me today, it's reaching out for hope, reaching out for hope, reaching out for hope, reaching out for hope. So if you come up with 3 words, please feel free to put them in the comments or to repeat them yourself, and we will go on to honoring the directions. Let us honor the east, element of air with the winds ever blowing. And we honor the south, element of fire with the flames ever glowing. And we honor the west, element of water with the rivers ever flowing. this world with all these gifts and more, our very own special essence. Let us thank the goddess for that which she bestows. Let us go forth refreshed and renewed with dedication to preserve and protect all we have, for we are all children of Isis, the great mother goddess. And today being Thursday, it is our special day for thankfulness. And as always, I'm very thankful for keeping this place going through another week and making all of its treasures available to everyone, and in keeping up the temple and keeping up what we are doing here. So Goddess bless that this may continue. All right. So if anyone does have additional thankfulnesses to share, please feel free to do so right now. And I'm thankful that maybe the world is settling down a little bit. Maybe things are growing a little bit calmer internationally. I am hoping so. It's interesting to see as people do seem to be wanting to return to perhaps a more inclusive way of looking at things. So at least that's my hope right now, and I hope that you share in that too. And it is my sincere wish and something I look forward to being thankful for, that all good things may come to everyone and that we may be entering a good and golden time. It certainly has been a challenging last few years, as I'm sure most people listening would agree. And now I am hopeful that things are starting to shift in a more favorable direction. We'll see. First, we have to get through the end results of this Mercury retrograde and many other things that supposedly are affecting us on the astrological side of things. So we will hope for better and easier times coming for everybody. All right. Okay, if there's nothing else to add right now, I will go on to our reading. Okay, and this is number 8. I regard all altars with respect. 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 And Lady Lorianne writes, there are many forms of altars, all of which are very different from each other. They denote a form of spirituality that is worshipped by the ones who created them. Some have a god form, some have anthropomorphic figures, some are goddess altars. They are meaningful to those who created them, and none may be scoffed at, for all have merit. They are made to bring forth a certain vibration that will elevate the mind and the spirit. An altar may be anything that is placed with reverence on a surface to be worshipped. Typically there are candles, flowers, incense, holy water from sacred places, crystals, and most often a central sculptural figure of the exalted one. And I have to pause right here because she mentions the holy water from sacred places. And I would say in the last 10 years that's become a bigger and bigger part of spirituality. And we've had, a number of priestesses pass through here, not necessarily our priestesses, but priestesses certainly nonetheless, who have dedicated themselves to be water priestesses, to be water carriers. We've had more than one bring us drops of water that are from the blended fluids of many sacred and holy springs. That has been done here in ceremony several times as well. So there's a real greater awareness of the sacredness of water, and that's something that's very special to us here too. We do have 2 wells on the property. One is chalybeate, which is a fancy way of saying that it is a red well, which is similar to the red waters at Glastonbury, and the other is a white well. So it's we have both red and white waters, just as they do at Glastonbury, which is very far away, but nonetheless has a great deal of resonance with what we do here and what we try to bring forth. So I've sometimes said that, in the spring and summer we're Egyptian, but in the fall and winter we're Celtic and even Arthurian. So it's a little bit different vibration as we go through the winter months than when we go through the summer months. Oh, all of a sudden people are showing up. I'm so glad to see that. And I see Linda is here. Hello, Linda. And her words for the day are rising holy Isis. Rising holy Isis. Rising holy Isis. Rising holy Isis. And from Jeff, peace, serenity, and creativity. Peace, serenity, and creativity. Peace, serenity, and creativity. Peace, serenity, and creativity. And from Avi, find oneself. Find oneself. Find oneself. Find oneself. And for thankfulnesses, we have several of those coming through. From Robert, grateful to remember the divine perfection in all things. So indeed, sometimes we omit looking at the divine perfection in all things, especially if it's a thing that we don't fully like. It can be harder to see the divine in it, but the divine is usually there too. Abby is thankful for dear friends, and so are we all. And Robert, I think your 3 words are book of magic. Book of magic, book of magic, book of magic. And I think I got everything. Alrighty. Well, if there's any other comments or such, please go ahead and put them in the comments and we'll be glad to address them. I was just before this flurry of people arriving, I was just reading our reading today, which is number 8, I regard all altars with respect, and discussing the wonderful upswing in being aware of the sacredness of waters themselves, and how that has become a bigger part of many people's practice, and one which I think is really, really excellent. Water is life, so it is a good thing to be aware of our waters. And so going on with the reading, Linda is grateful for my teachers, Olivia Robertson, Lauren Durden Robertson, and Lorianne Vignier. And we happen to all be grateful for those specific people. So I'm very glad to recognize them. And I was just considering earlier a trip that I made to Glastonbury with Lady Lorianne, and some of our adventures therein. So it was a good memory to have. And by the way, we will be celebrating, as we always do, Lady Lorianne's birthday. That's on June 8th. And we will be having a dinner. We'll have, some online component as well. But, the main focus will be the cake and ice cream. So in Lady Lorianne's honor, she loved her little ice cream at the end of the day, and all my people would be, critical. Oh, you shouldn't be having ice cream. She pretty much ignored them and did take that pleasure, and I'm so glad that she did. So, and from Laura Lynn Walsh, I am thankful for the time. I am thankful for the time. It looks like this got cut off. I am thankful for the time so anyway, it's interesting, Laura Lynn, that you're ringing in, because I was just reaching out to someone else named Walsh prior to coming over here to do the noon rite. It's the 20th anniversary for me of getting in a kayak for the first time, and one of the people that enabled me to do that was an excellent guide named Adam Walsh. So I definitely am grateful and thankful for that, and that actually stimulates a great thankfulness in myself that I didn't think of including here. But that was the day when I began engaging much more physically with the real world, and discovered some traits in myself that I was unaware of. So things can change in an instant, and you never know what direction that may take, and you may never know what inherent skills or abilities that may unlock in you. So there's always something new to enjoy and something new to master. Anyway, Laura Lynn, if you want to add to your thankfulness, I will be glad to go ahead and share that. So, all right. Is there anything else we should attend to? I'm also thankful that I've heard from a few directions that people's health issues maybe are getting better, maybe are improving, so that is very gratifying, and I'm very glad that that may be the case. So it seems like it's been harder to be healthy the last few years. It's been harder to do many things the last few years, and so I'm always glad when that seems to be turning around and changing. So, all right. Is there anything else we should attend to now? If not, I will finish reading. Actually, since most of you were not here while I read this, I'm going to read this again. So my apologies to those who are seeing this later that may have to hear it all, but I write, regard all altars with respect. I regard all altars with respect. I regard all altars with respect. I regard all altars with respect. And Lady Lorianne writes, there are many forms of altars, all very different from each other. They denote a form of spirituality that is worshipped by the ones who created them. Some have a god form, some have anthropomorphic figures, some are goddess altars. They are meaningful to those who created them, and none may be scoffed at, for all have merit. They are made to bring forth a certain vibration that will elevate the mind and the spirit. An altar may be anything that is placed with reverence on a surface to be worshipped. Typically, there are candles, flowers, incense, holy water from sacred places, crystals, and most often a central sculptural figure of the Exalted One. A beautiful cloth should cover the altar, and other significant objects may be placed on the altar, as well as photographs of loved ones. So there are the altar basics. And Robert's adding divine pearl flows. So, not sure if that's words or thankfulnesses, but divine pearl flows. All right, anything else? As always, we give great thanks to Lady Lorianne Vanier for all that she established and that we strive to maintain and expand, and to the graciousness of Lady Olivia Robertson, her brother Lord Strathlock, all of our teachers who have put light upon our paths. We give our thanks. And to the goddess Isis herself, who is capable of everything, we give our thanks and ask her blessings. And to each and every one of us, for all that we do, both here and out in the worlds, may our efforts be blessed. May our results be abundant, and may we go forth from this rite refreshed and renewed. I wish you all a beautiful day, and may every good thing come to you. And may this be just one good day in the whole series of them. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Refreshed and renewed indeed, Jeff. Thank you.